Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Santan Valley, Arizona, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. And this is this week's Whatcha Makin' Wednesday. And so today I'm going to be using a brand new set called A Cut Above. And this is from the upcoming January to June 2021 mini catalog. So I wanted to have fun with it. I have a swap I have to get done, and I thought this would be the perfect set to use. So I thought, why not do my swap card with you all? So if you are new, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up if you have been here before. Or even if you haven't, always say hi when you're here and let me know where you're viewing from. And because I love seeing how small a world it really is, you know, when you meet somebody, you go, oh my gosh, you know, I'm from there, or my friend's from there, or whatever. So please always make sure that you say hi when you're here. And even when you're on the replay, let me know where you're from. Okay, so let me turn the camera over and we'll get started with today's card. Okay, so hold on a minute. Let me get you spun around. Okay, so you can kind of see what I got going on. Hey, Jan, you can kind of see what I got going on. I'm sorry for my banging drawer. I always tell myself to close the drawer. I have this whole list of stuff that I try to do before I get started, and I should actually have a list before the list that says look at the list, because I always forget. So it is what it is, right? Okay, cool. I'm in the right spot. I'm looking at my laptop, so that's good. All right, so what I did, I want to show you, and I have showed this what I do with my stamparatus before, but I always like to, sometimes it takes several times seeing something for it to stick in my brain. So what I do is, I know I'm going to be using a die. So today I used the rectangle shapes layering as well as the shaped dies. So I knew I was going to be using them. So what I did was I put my little man, we'll call him Jeff, and the little greeting that I wanted to use. So I put it on the plate. And then what I did was I stamped it on my piece of Whisper White Thick. Now you could stamp it on anything, but since I'm going to be using the Whisper White Thick, I figured, well, I don't want to waste the piece that I die cut out after, so I might as well, you know, use the paper I'm using so that I can actually use the pieces. So I stamped them on there. Then I took it over to my cut and emboss machine, and then I die cut it out my guy in the rectangle and then the stitched shapes circle. So you can tell I wasn't too worried about how straight I was. Like, look how crooked that is, because it doesn't really matter, because when I cut it out, then this is just crooked, okay? So then I'm going to put this back into the stamparatus, put my handy dandy magnet, pull this down so you can see it a little bit better. And then what I did was I just cut a bunch of Whisper White Thicks. You know, I didn't have to take a lot of time. I could just have the TV on and then just crank out a bunch of blank shapes. I didn't have to worry about where the guy was on the paper already and get the die just so in the machine. No worries. I just cut a bunch out. So then all I did, I just come back over to my stamparatus and I basically just fill in the hole with that piece. So then I decided that I kind of wanted this to be yellow. So it kind of reminded me of a sun. So then I cut a bunch of daffodil pieces out. And then what I'm going to do is I am just going to ink up my little man, my Jeff. And then I'm going to ink up my greeting. Hey, Marcy. All right. And then I just go over to here and I just give it a good push and a good rub. Now the colored cardstock takes the ink a little bit different than the Whisper White. So I felt I had to be a little more firm with it when I pushed it on there. And I had to, let that ink really get stuck into the cardstock. Does that make sense? Sometimes we stamp too quick and we don't give the ink even time to release onto the paper. So just give it a sec to soak in. And then I just gently pulled it off. So then I have my pieces all ready to go. And then this is just that little piece that goes on the picker tool. I've showed you that before. So this would go, into, see, I'm not even sure which side because I never take it out. I never put it back in. So it goes in this side. But I always have my brush on here. So this never goes in it. I just keep it on my desk like that. And then it just picks my pieces out. So, all right. So let me put this aside. Hi, Sue. Okay. So I put that behind me so that I don't drop it on the floor. All right. So then I've just got my little, you can tell, see, I reuse them. So usually I grab a new one for my videos, but here I was lazy and I'm using the same one that I used when I was making my MasterCard. All right, so let me scoot it down just a little bit, get my lights in the right area. Okay, so I stamped with the Memento Tuxedo black ink because I'm going to use, of course, the Stampin' blends. I was almost going to watercolor, but he's so fun and cute. It was just as easy to use the blends, so I went with them. So I still might try one with watercolor. And if you're going to do watercoloring, I would suggest you use the shimmery cardstock and the stays on pad, and then you'll be able to watercolor without having it bleed. But when you use the blends, you want to use the Memento pad. You don't want to use the stays on pad. All right, so let's start coloring our cute little man. All right, so let me just grab a little bit of Pool Party. So this is just the light Pool Party. And I'm just going to put a little line just around the edge of my man. And this will just basically give the visual that there's sky there. And you don't have to go all the way around. I mean, you can if you want. It's just I don't want to color the whole thing in like I did with the donkey. But I still wanted to give it to look that there is sky back there. So I just used the light. You could use the dark if you wanted. Of course, it would just be more like a darker, vivid color to it. I don't need that little something in there. All right, so let's get the grass going. So this is the dark Granny Apple. Hi, Teddy. I'm so glad that you found me over here. I know I get a little confusing with people because sometimes I'm here and then sometimes I'm in the Facebook group. So I've yet to decide which one I like better. So I just keep doing both. So hopefully that's okay. All right. So this is the light and the dark Granny Apple Green, and I'm just doing the grass. And don't forget the grass is flying out of the machine. Then not only is there grass, but grass is on dirt, right? So now I'm going to take my light crumb cake. And Candy's here. Hey, and Suzanne. Oh, Sue. I'm just looking at the front name. How I'm so glad you are here, Sue. Teddy. Oh, you are so sweet. So, yeah, any way you can get me. And oh my gosh. So yesterday, so this is just the light crumb cake because there's actually a ground there, not just the grass. Okay, so I just used the light. So I did go to the doctor yesterday, and it's so funny. So dark granite and light granite. I know I'm like all over the place with my talk. Okay. So my husband Jeff, he had said, you should do these exercises. Well, in my mind, I have gained weight, probably 15 or more pounds since I last went to the doctors. So I was thinking Jeff meant exercises as, or like sit-ups and stuff. And I thought, how is that going to help my vertigo? So I just kind of ignored Jeff's suggestion, thinking that that's what he meant. So when I went to the doctor yesterday, and then I had also been taking on my own motion pills to help with my vertigo, and it was nauseating. So that's what I always use when we go on ships and stuff. So it seemed to help a little bit. All right, so this is just the dark smoky slate. And sorry if I'm blabbing. I shouldn't be blabbing, but I'm just blabbing. All right, so this is just a dark smoky slate. I'm also going to do the sole of his shoe and his little Walkman or his phone. Maybe it's not a Walkman anymore. But anyway, so I go to the doctor, tell him what's going on. I says I Googled it, and Dr. Google said it was vertigo. So the doctor was like, yes, that's exactly what I had. Because I was afraid maybe I had like an ear infection or something. He said no. And he didn't really know what had caused it. So he goes, kid you not, he pulls out the computer that he uses, and the doctor goes, there are some exercises online. And he shows me this website, these exercises, and how you move your head, you do certain things. So then he had me do them on the examining bench or whatever you call it. And then I'm like, and in my head I'm going, is this what Jeff was talking about? So, and then the doctor's like, well, let me write you a prescription for a medicine that will help you at night. He says it will make you tired. And I said, well, I'm already taking motion pills. And he goes, is it meclizine? Yeah. And he goes, okay, well, that's what I was going to prescribe to you. So then I get in the car because Jeff waited outside. And I go, well, he said there's exercises online. And Jeff goes, that's what I told you. So I'm going, oh my gosh, you mean I'm going to have to pay the doctor? And we could have kind of just figured it out on our own. But at least I know that it's not like an ear infection. It's just whatever the heck. I don't know why I got it. But so I did. I came home. I did more of those turn your head, lay down in the bed, blah, 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 a bunch of exercises. I think he called it LP or Epley or something. Exercises. And I took a pill, and I didn't think the pill, even though I had it before, it didn't seem to make me tired. So I was watching TV. I started watching Call the Midwife. Have you seen that? Oh my gosh, it's so good, but it's so sad. So I was watching that, and I thought, this is not making me tired at all. So I finally went to sleep. I did not wake up till 11:15 today. Can you believe it? So I guess I needed the rest. Okay, so now back to the actual why you're here. You didn't come here to hear me jibber jabber. All right, so this is light Night of Navy for his blue jeans. So I'm just putting that on there. But several of you had asked what was going on. So that's what's going on. All right, so this was light what did I say? Light Night of Navy. So yeah, that the pills weren't making me tired. And when I got up this morning and I looked at the clock, I was like, are you kidding me? It's this late? So, all right. Now this is dark balmy blue. And I'm just using it with the light Night of Navy, and I'm going up into that light Night of Navy because I want to give his blue jeans that dark. I know my husband, he's not a big fan of faded jeans. He likes them to be dark, like when he buys them. And then I'm going to do the light army blue. So since I'm pretending that this is Jeff, I'm going to give him the jeans that he would like to wear. So they're kind of faded towards the bottom, but all right. So see, he's got these cute blue jeans on. Yay! All right, so let's give him some, oh my gosh. But you know what, Marcy? It was long, but at the same time, I probably took the medicine too late, and I probably watched that, I was probably up after midnight watching that show. I mean, so it still is a long sleep, but it's not like I was asleep since 8 o'clock at night. Okay, so there is the light Flirty Flamingo. Give our little guy a healthy glow. And then the dark petal pink to do the rest of his hands. And then finish it with the light petal pink. So yeah, that was a long sleep. Like, I'm surprised that Toby didn't, and he's getting old, so he's enjoying sleeping in too. But I'm surprised Toby didn't, do stuff to wake me up. But he just snoozed away with me. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of pink on the nose, just to give it that healthy suntanned glow. All right, very good. Then his sneakers. I want his sneakers, and I'm going to do the lawnmower, the same color, only because the DSP that I used is the Fields and Flowers, and it's got these colors in there. So I'm pulling from the colors of the DSP to the colors of my card. So I'm going to use the poppy. So his little shoes will have some poppy. Now, to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen red shoes on Jeff, but such as it is, this little guy, this mini Jeff, is going to have red shoes on. Jeff's more a camouflage gray kind of guy. All right, so then I'll use my dark Poppy Parade. On my little shoes. I love this set. Oh my God. So excited to see these little guys. And I'll show you the other one. This set, because you can get, this set will be available starting in January. If you don't want to wait, you can always join my team. So that was the dark Poppy Parade. You can join my team and you can actually pick the set, and anything that I'm showing, you can pick now as a demonstrator. So, all right. So then this is the light Poppy. So there we go there. Hi, Susan. What's it like in Wisconsin today? All right. So this is the other little guy. Look how cute. So they actually both would work with, I mean, either ones have glasses, but still. But I loved that, and this is me, I liked that they gave this guy like an iced tea or a lemonade, because not all dads or men in our life drink like alcohol. So I kind of like that it was just like a cold beverage, not necessarily beer or a whiskey or whatever, because there's a few stamp sets like that. I mean, it's cool that they do that, but I'm glad that this one, it just has, soda or iced tea. Okay, so this guy, since it's Jeff, he has white hair, but I'm going to give him some silver gray hair instead. So this is, what is this that I grabbed? Dark smoky slate. So I'm also going to come back to my wheels and add a little bit of dark on my wheel as well. And in the center hole. So this, guys, this is Jeff before he got all the way white hair. Okay, so that's good there. And then I'm going to put Jeff, like he likes the green. So I'm going to make his hat and his t-shirt match. So this is just old olive. So dark old olive. I don't even want to attempt, I probably could make this be camouflage, throw some brown in there, but I'm just going to keep it simple. And then the old olive. Super cute. Well, hello there, Mr. Gibbs, cutting the grass. And we do, believe it or not, have a tiny little strip of grass in the backyard. And he has an electric mower. And I think it's like, he goes up and down twice and it's done. That's how skinny it is. Okay, so here is this. And then what I did was, needs to be an ice cap. Oh, yeah, so see? But at least it's still, you know, it's just a cold, like it's an iced tea or a lemonade. You could have it be an ice cap with just that on there. But, so we have a new Bosa Donuts that is by us, which is probably not a good thing because I love the Tim Hortons iced cappuccino, but I've not found anything like that. And I keep banging the phone, stop banging the phone, in Arizona. But Jeff brought me a white chocolate caramel cappuccino thingy, and it's darn tasty. So it's going to be my pretend one, but I haven't tried it cold. So next time he goes, I should say, ask him if they make it cold and see if it is. Okay, so the original card that I did, and I'll show you when I'm done with this one, I didn't do anything to the piece. But for the swap, I might emboss it, or for this card, we have this cute little cloud. So what I want to do is I want to give this piece of paper, almost give it its own, turn it into DSP. So I'm just putting clouds, and see how I'm spinning the paper around. I'm not doing this with my hand. My hand is staying in the same position. I'm just spinning my paper around so that the cloud is all different ways. So this is a lot easier than moving your hand all around. Okay, so that was just pool party on pool party. Easy enough. Okay, so that just gives it a little bit of something going on. All right, then I'm going to do the same thing as I did the other day. I'm just going to rough it up just a little bit with my scissors. I loved that layout that I did yesterday. So I wanted to do, stop touching the phone, Diana. Let me move up a little bit. Because I'm sure it's wiggling and it's probably making you need motion pill. All right, so I'm just going to scuff this up just a little bit. I chose Granny Apple Green for my card base. This is the pool party. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did yesterday. I'm going to give it an angle. And this just goes to show you, you come up with a fun layout. Just change the stamp set, change the DSP, and it's a different card. This also is a different angle. My card yesterday, which was this one here. Remember I showed you this really pretty card? This is the same layout, but this one stood up. This one is going to lay down be the, what would that be? Horizontal. All right, so then that's going to go cockeyed like that. Cattywampus, however you say it, crooked. Get your thesaurus out, and I'm sure there's many more words to use for crooked. All right, so that's going to go on there. And then I'm going to put my little guy on here, my little Jeff. So I have my dimensionals. So fun. So again, I'm using the little baby ones. So I'm going to put a few extra in the center so my center doesn't drop down. And flick all those ends everywhere. Okay. And then this is going to go on the card, and it's going to go crooked too. So you really can't mess the card up when it's got everything going like all like jumbly. All right, so then I'm going to put this here. So this to me looked like a sun, you know. Now it does, now the stamp set does have a sun. It has a sun and a bird and a bunch of cute greetings. But, so I wanted this to look like a sun up in the sky. And I'm just using some dimensionals on the back. But I do want this, and sometimes this can throw your eyeball off just because it's all crooked, because I do want this to be the same as the white one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay attention to this. So I want to pay attention to this, try to ignore all that crooked. And I'm going to put it, because I do want this. So if you have trouble making sure that that is the same, onto your white card so that you're only visually looking at, let me get this little guy that I hadn't colored. So like put this together first when you're doing it so that you're just visually looking at this so that you know your greeting is straight. When you put it together when it's already here, it can make your eye kind of be like a little confused. So you could always put it together first. Like an assembly line, you know, put all your blues and all your whatever, do it in an assembly line. So that's what, you know, you could do. All right. Inside, I want to take a piece, same DSP. Now for the swap, the DSPs won't all be the same because I have to do so many of them. I'm going to pull this in just a little bit so it's not right to the edge. So all the cards will be, it's the same layout, same card, but the DSPs will be a little bit different. All right, so we have that on the inside. And then I'm going to put my little greeting. So this is just, you're a cut above the rest. And that's just going to go on the bottom. So cute. Ugh. It's like my allergies are messed up. Okay, so you're cut above the rest. Super fun. Let me get this a good crease. But isn't that a cute little card? Now let me show you the one I did. Ugh, sorry, my nose is like a sieve. All right, so this is the one I did before. So let me scoot up just a little bit. Get that dimensional backing out of there. All this stuff everywhere. So here's the two different cards. So you can see. So what do you think? Like, what do you like it as it to look like a sun? Or to look like it's just white? So I still what I want to do. So since it's the same card, some one way and some another way, it's, you know, And so for this one that I didn't do it as a sun, you like the yellow candy, so it looks like a sun. It does pop a little bit. So, and then this one, just to add a little color, I just used, you know, my Pool Party and my Granny Apple blend just to add a little bit of color to the thing. But it's basically the same card. The only thing that's different is those two pieces there. So, so hopefully everybody that gets one of these cards will like it. So, but I kind of agree with you, Candy. I like the yellow. It just pops a little better. And then you could see that on this one, I made the blue, see the blue beside my man, I made it like a thicker. So it wasn't necessarily a shadow line. I just made it, I should have showed you that when I had it flipped, you know, flipped the other way. But, so I haven't decided that too. Like if I want to have that thicker, broader Pool Party, you like the little sun. Yeah, but having options is always fun. So I could do half and half, and then because basically it is the same card. And since they're DSPs, you know, won't necessarily all be the same because of how many cards I have to make. I don't have enough DSP to make them all identical. Hi, Cindy. Oh, you like the yellow too? Yeah, I think I might just go with that. I think I might. Just because it does look like the sun up in the sky. And he's just whistling away. But it is a cute set. It is so fun. So hopefully, when you guys can get it, you'll grab it. Like I said, if you want it now, put it in your starter kit. So, hey, Suzanne. Sue. I know. I just read the first name, but I know it's Sue. And Marcy, you like the yellow too. But, so that's going to be my swap card. I think I have to do 30 of them. So I best get doing them. So, but definitely when you use the stamparatus like I showed you, when you make multiples, it makes it go so much faster because you can do those die cuts so easy. And what you can also do is if you are one that do multiple cards, whether it be the beginning of the year and you like to get all your birthday cards done or whatever, and you find I use certain die cuts a lot because they're the good size. Now this one is the smaller. So like when I showed this card yesterday, they're from the same rectangular shape die, but if you look careful, they're not the same size rectangle. Like the guy's is a smaller rectangle. But what you can do is like when you're bored or if you have young kids or your husband needs some to keep him out of trouble, like he likes to watch TV and he can come in your studio and watch TV at the same time. My Mr. Jeff. You can have them just do a whole bunch of die cuts. You put them in a box and then you always have the die cuts ready to grab from for down the road. Like if you have, you know, time to waste. I'm laughing because I never have time to waste. But I'm just saying, like, if you do, you know, you want something to do, it's awesome. So you could get those and then you would just be good to go. You would always have those shapes ready. So, okay, yes, it is great for Father's Day. So, and it does. It has Happy Father's Day. It's got Happy Birthday. You're always there for me, to a wonderful man. So it is a perfect set, like, for so many reasons. So it's super cute. And hold on. Look at this set. So I haven't played with this one yet. This is called Woodland Wonder. Look how cute it is. So these sets would complement each other because you have the tree. So these would go really good together too. So anyways, all right. Okay, I'm like reading the comments or whatever. All right, so I think Jeff's probably gonna be like getting home really soon. So, I guess I should stop blabbering. I just like looking at how crazy my hair looks today. Oh my gosh. All right, it just seems like it's taking forever to grow. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop blabbering. Thank you so much for joining me today for my Whatcha Makin Wednesdays live. And I will see you Friday at 2 o'clock in my Facebook group for my Dies shorts. If there's something in particular you want to see, let me know by tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow is Thursday. And I can't sleep till 11 o'clock tomorrow. So I won't be taking a pill tonight. Because that was just crazy. But, you know, I guess my body needed it. So, all right. I'll say see you later. And again, thanks for joining me. Bye for now.